Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Three-time NBA champion likely to be cut by Golden State Warriors in the coming weeks. Time is running out for the Golden State Warriors to make critical decisions about the future of several key players, with June marking a pivotal month for the franchise. One such player is Kevin Looney, who faces an uncertain future with the Warriors after a disappointing season where he was overshadowed by rookie Tracy Jackson-Davis. According to Tim Kawakami of The Athletic, the veteran center may be in his final weeks as a member of the team. Looney is under contract for $8 million for the upcoming season, but only $3 million of that is guaranteed. The crucial date for both Looney and the Warriors is June 24, when the franchise must decide whether to guarantee the remaining $5 million of his deal. Overburdened by a massive payroll and aiming to avoid the second apron of the luxury tax, the Warriors might not be keen on paying $8 million for a backup center next season. Tim Kawakami shared his expectations on a recent episode of the Warriors Plus Minus podcast, suggesting that the Warriors will likely cut Looney by June 24. "I think the most likely scenario is that he gets cut, earns his $3 million, and looks for another spot, which he will find in this league," said Kawakami. "But they are not going to want him at that price." After starting 150 of the 164 regular season games over the previous 2 years, Looney lost his starting position and even fell out of the rotation during the latter half of the season. He averaged 4.5 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.8 assists in 16.1 minutes per game, significantly lower than his career-best numbers in the 2022-23 season. Even if the Warriors guarantee Looney's contract, he could still depart via trade, with Kawakami suggesting a potential deal in the days or weeks following June 24. Kawakami highlighted the 2023 NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets, as a possible landing spot for Looney to replace DeAndre Jordan as Nikola Jokic's backup. He also mentioned the San Antonio Spurs as a potential destination, where the 28-year-old could mentor Victor Wembanyama. While many find it hard to imagine Klay Thompson in a different jersey next season, seeing Looney with a rival team could be equally strange, given the legacy he has built with the Warriors over nearly a decade. The Warriors' costly trade mistake becomes painfully clear in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. As Kristaps Porzingis made a sensational return for the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday night, Golden State Warriors fans watching had every reason to feel a pang of regret. Having not played since Game 4 of the first-round series against the Miami Heat, Porzingis was nothing short of phenomenal, recording 20 points, 8 of 13 shooting, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks in just over 20 minutes off the bench during the Celtics' emphatic 107-89 victory at TD Garden. The decision by the Golden State Warriors to trade for Chris Paul instead of Kristaps Porzingis was a colossal error that the franchise must now rue deeply. Boston acquired Porzingis at roughly the same time Golden State traded for Chris Paul during the last offseason. It was a classic sliding doors moment, with the fortunes of each franchise diverging dramatically since then. This isn't to say that the swap of Jordan Poole for Paul was inherently bad, but Porzingis would undoubtedly have been a far better and more impactful choice. The Latvian big man had a player option going into the last offseason, meaning he would have had to agree to another move to the Warriors, rather than a straightforward trade. Porzingis' performance in Game 1 is merely the latest reminder of what could have been. He was highlighted as a player the Warriors should monitor a week before being traded to the Celtics, and the missed opportunity has loomed large ever since. Golden State's decision to trade for Paul, a 6 feet 0 inches point guard then aged 38, instead of a big man like Porzingis, faced scrutiny as early as late December, just over 2 months into the season. In January, Tim Kawakami of The Athletic reported internal discussions within the Warriors organization, stating, "There have been talks about maybe just getting a 7-footer who can score." Porzingis would have fit this profile perfectly, but he was already thriving as a Celtic. Porzingis' return also served as a reminder of his injury history, but his immense talent makes him exactly the kind of player the Warriors should have taken a chance on. Almost a year later, the Warriors are still searching for a player who can provide more scoring and shooting in the frontcourt, while the 7 feet 3 inches Porzingis is making a significant impact in the NBA Finals. Warriors guard speaks out about future with team ahead of free agency. Golden State Warriors guard Lester Quinones is optimistic about his potential impact on the team's future after completing his first full year in the NBA. Initially signed to a two-way contract, Quinones joined the Warriors' main roster on a standard deal in February, ending the season with an average of 10.7 minutes in 37 games for the franchise. Lester Quinones preaches patience as the young Golden State Warriors guard prepares for free agency this offseason. Injuries elsewhere on the Golden State roster created an opportunity for Quinones from late January to early March, allowing the 23-year-old to appear in 20 consecutive games, including 14 where he logged double-digit minutes. Despite some impressive performances, Quinones was cut from the rotation in the final quarter of the season. The Warriors relied heavily on veteran Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Chris Paul, along with rookie Brandon Podziemski, for most of the guard minutes. As he faces free agency with an uncertain future, Quinones remains positive. In a recent interview with Jason Munz of the Memphis Commercial Appeal, the 6 feet 4 inches guard expressed confidence about his prospects. "Come July 1st, we'll see how everything unfolds. I'm just controlling what I can control and staying committed to the work. Just being patient. I feel like I'll be in a very good position. Given the opportunity and the situation I'm in, I feel I have a good chance to make a significant impact." Lester Quinones. Having transitioned from an undrafted player to the G League's most improved player last year, and now a solid rotation player with Golden State, Quinones has shown he has the potential to remain with the team. It might be worthwhile for the Warriors to sign him to another minimum deal, filling one of the final roster spots, especially given the team's lack of shooting, an issue that could be exacerbated if Thompson leaves in free agency. However, if Quinones receives a more substantial and lucrative offer from another team, it's hard to see the Warriors overextending themselves for a player who has yet to establish himself as a long-term NBA contributor. Kyrie Irving's haunting of ex-Warriors GM Bob Myers resurfaces ahead of 2024 NBA Finals. Bob Myers is experiencing déjà vu with flashbacks of Mavericks star Kyrie Irving's heroics against the Warriors from 8 years ago. The 2024 NBA playoffs have been a sort of redemption tour for Dallas Mavericks star Kyrie Irving. After years of off-court turmoil, Irving has reminded the world of his extraordinary capabilities when he's at his best. As Game 1 of the 2024 NBA Finals approached, former Golden State Warriors GM Bob Myers couldn't help but recall Irving's previous postseason exploits. Now an ESPN analyst, Myers candidly remarked that Irving's legacy is secure, regardless of how the Mavericks fare against the Boston Celtics in the finals. After all, Irving hit one of the most iconic shots in NBA history with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016. Myers, however, humorously downplayed the memory, despite the infamous comeback against a 73-win Warriors team. Some say he hit one of the greatest shots in NBA Finals history. "I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know when that happened or who it was against," Myers said, via ClutchPoint's Twitter, X. "He was part of a great comeback. They won that championship in 16. He was dominant." Indeed, no one will ever forget Irving's clutch pull-up 3 over Stephen Curry in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, breaking an 89-89 tie and cementing his place in history. Though the Mavericks suffered a 107-89 defeat in Game 1 of the 2024 NBA Finals, Irving has been in this position before, so fans have no reason to worry. Kyrie Irving, a playoff nightmare for the Warriors. Irving's shot in Game 7 remains one of the enduring memories, alongside LeBron James' epic chasedown block, of the Cavaliers' thrilling 3-1 comeback against the Warriors in 2016. Making such a decisive shot in the final moments of an NBA Finals game is rare, but Irving has consistently delivered in clutch moments. Irving has lost a decisive game only once in his career, boasting a 15-1 record in such scenarios. This speaks volumes about his unflappable nature. As Myers noted, Irving's performance under pressure is exceptional. Go back and look at his numbers in the finals. His shooting percentage, what he did. Klay Thompson was all over this guy, and he was making the craziest shots. He's one of the most talented players I've ever seen, Myers added. Irving's best game to date remains his 41-point performance on 17-4-24 shooting in Game 5 of the 2016 NBA Finals. He torched the Warriors on their home court, making elite defender Thompson look helpless. That victory was the first of 3 consecutive wins that secured one of the most impressive championships in history. Irving also shone in 2017, though the addition of Kevin Durant made even a historically great Cavs team overmatched. In Games 3 and 4 of that series, Irving averaged 39 points on 55% shooting. Yet, he did all of this with relentless determination, embodying a champion's spirit. The Mavericks hope they won't need to be pushed to the brink for Irving to come alive. But even if they are, they can trust Irving to channel his love for big games as they fight tooth and nail against a lethal Celtics team. Mavericks struggle against dominant Celtics performance. Kyrie Irving didn't have his best game in the 2024 NBA Finals Game 1, scoring only 12 points on 6-4-19 shooting, with the Celtics defense suffocating him at every turn. It's early in the series, but it's clear why many experts picked the Celtics to hang their 18th banner. However, Irving needs to step up for the Mavericks. His track record suggests he will, setting the stage for a critical Game 2 on Sunday night.